We speak student.
Letter from Birmingham Jail, a la Shmoop. In your English and literature classes, you surely read your fair share of novels, poems, stories, and plays. But a letter? What's next, an office memo? Believe it or not, there have been some pretty powerful and influential letters written in our nation's history. One man who really knew how to string a series of words together was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Whether the words were coming out of his mouth or out of his pen, he knew how to stir emotion and how to move people to action. First, let's be clear. King wasn't in jail because he had been caught breaking and entering or because he wasn't keeping up with alimony payments. He had been marching against racial segregation. While in jail, he wrote this letter. It was in response to the call to unity, a statement made by a number of Birmingham clergymen who felt it was wrong of King to demonstrate and stir up trouble in the streets to get his point across.
Grrr, peaceful demonstrations always make me so angry.
But King wasn't about to let them rain on his parade. Besides, the black community wasn't really given any more peaceable options. In his letter, King insisted that when it came to unjust laws, it was the people's moral obligation to see that they were eradicated by whatever non-violent methods they deemed most appropriate or effective. So basically, no one was going to tell him he couldn't protest against something he didn't believe was right. You tell him, Doc. King wrote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Anyone who lives inside the United States can never be considered an outsider." His words were a bit much for some people to swallow at first, but they certainly had an impact. The letter was published in the New York Post and later in King's book, Why We Can't Wait. It became incredibly popular and was passed around, copied and quoted for years to come. It went a long way in swaying the minds of those struggling with the issue, and maybe planted a seed or two of doubt in the minds of even the most rigidly stubborn individuals. Without a doubt, it is one of the most significant works ever to come out of a jail cell. That is, if you don't count the letter, How Much Longer Until Bubba and I Get a Chance to Use the Community Bathroom by inmate 43872. Strangely, that letter was also published in a book entitled Why We Can't Wait.
I have a dream.
Subscribe to check out more equally fantabulous videos. You should see the subscribe button just below this one. If you're having trouble locating it, we recommend you watch our video, How to Find the Subscribe Button.